How long, O Lord? Will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? How long must I take counsel in my soul and have sorrow in my heart all the day? How long shall my enemy be exalted over me? Consider and answer me, O Lord my God. Light up my eyes, lest I sleep the sleep of death, lest my enemy say, I have prevailed over him. Lest my foes rejoice because I am shaken. But I have trusted in your steadfast love. My heart shall rejoice in your salvation. I will sing to the Lord, because he has dealt bountifully with me. This psalm is a poignant expression of deep distress and longing, a cry from the heart of the psalmist as he grapples with feelings of abandonment and despair. At the core of this psalm lies an emotional journey that is both personal and universal, capturing the rawness of human emotions when faced with prolonged suffering and the apparent absence of divine intervention. The opening lines lay bare a profound sense of isolation, questioning God's remembrance and presence with an aching repetition of how long. This repetition underscores the intensity of the psalmist's anguish, as if each word deepens the understanding of his plight. The question, will you forget me forever, conveys an acute fear of permanent abandonment, a fear that resonates with anyone who feels unseen or unheard in their suffering. It reflects a moment when time seems to stretch impossibly long, filled with a silence from God that feels deafening. The second line, how long will you hide your face from me, suggests an even more profound spiritual struggle. In the Hebrew Bible, the metaphor of God hiding his face is often associated with a withdrawal of his favor or presence, intensifying the sense of divine absence. This imagery paints a picture of the psalmist searching desperately in the darkness for any sign of divine light, any reassurance that God is still watching over him, asking how long he must take counsel in my soul and endure sorrow in my heart all the day, reveals a sense of internal turmoil and relentless emotional conflict. The psalmist is left alone with his thoughts, tormented by sorrow that occupies every waking moment. This relentless introspection can feel like a vicious cycle, where the more one reflects, the deeper the despair becomes. It illustrates the human experience of being trapped in one's own mind, where doubts and fears echo incessantly. Further, the mention of an enemy being exalted reflects an external threat. It's not just an internal struggle, but also a confrontation with adversarial forces, tangible or intangible. The idea of an enemy triumphing evokes feelings of powerlessness and vulnerability, adding another layer of urgency to the psalmist's plea for divine intervention. Progressing through the psalmist's plea becomes direct and urgent. Consider and answer me, O Lord my God, is a fervent demand for attention from God, a plea for acknowledgement and response. This plea is not merely about relief from distress, but also about a restoration of the relationship with God. The appeal to light up my eyes, lest I sleep the sleep of death, is a vivid request for revitalization, for the spark of life that dispels the encroaching shadows of despair and death. The sleep of death signifies ultimate despair, a point of no return, and the psalmist pleads for deliverance from this brink of hopelessness. He fears that if God remains silent, his enemies will claim victory. Lest my enemies say, I have prevailed over him, bringing a collective joy to those who seek his downfall. This speaks to a fear of public disgrace and the damaging effect of external judgment, where personal suffering is compounded by the triumph of those who wish him harm. However, there is a significant shift in tone as the psalm continues. Despite the depth of his anguish, the psalmist moves from lamentation to a statement of faith. But I have trusted in your steadfast love. This declaration marks a turning point where faith in God's unwavering love becomes an anchor amidst his tumultuous emotions. This trust is not contingent on God's immediate response, but rooted in the psalmist's past experiences of divine kindness. It embodies a deep-seated belief that, despite current circumstances, God's nature is one of enduring love and mercy. The statement, "My heart shall rejoice in your salvation," reflects an anticipatory faith, a confident assurance that deliverance will come. Though it is not yet a reality, the psalmist holds on to the hope that salvation is assured, turning his lament into expectation. The act of rejoicing, then, becomes both an expression of hope and a transformative force, turning despair into joy. Concluding with, "I will sing to the Lord, because he has dealt bountifully with me," the psalmist reaffirms his faith in God's past goodness, allowing it to fortify his present trust. Here, singing is more than an act of worship. It is a declaration of victory over despair, a way to remember and proclaim God's generous dealings. This turning towards praise signifies a profound transformation in the psalmist's outlook, from desperation to a renewed sense of divine faithfulness. Ultimately, this psalm captures the essence of human struggle with divine silence, but also the power of faith to transcend immediate suffering. It teaches that while feelings of abandonment and distress are deeply human, the steadfast love of God provides a foundation for enduring hope. The psalmist's journey from lament to praise serves as a testament to the enduring strength found in trust and the transformative promise of divine salvation.